Hi, Kees. Thank you for joining me. We're here after a beautiful afternoon in which we shared a lot of things, and you're going to tell me something about it because we had a summit, a triple S summit. Can you please explain to the viewers what's that all about?
Yes, I'm gonna try.
What do we see here, for instance?
What you see here is somewhere halfway the Appreciative Inquiry Summit. What you don't see here is all the people who talk to each other. You should imagine this room, and you see the sort of the mess they left, where people in twos, in six around the table, in different settings, worked around this topic towards a flowing and growing Seeds to Meet organization. These people represent Seeds to Meet locations as an operator, as a co-creator, a supplier, a co-worker, part of the community. They all went here, you imagine about 50 or 60 people, and they started somewhere this morning with discovering the strengths in the organization. That's one of the S's, triple S's, stakeholders sharing strengths.
Okay,
so
so triple S stands for stakeholders sharing strengths.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the Appreciative Inquiry starts off with discovering the strengths in the organization. So this was not a meeting about what's going wrong. It's about what's going good and what can we do better and how can we develop through on that. What we can't tell here is sort of a sense-making anguish around these people, which makes it happen that at a certain stage, after a few hours, they started to dream about what could happen. And what you see here is in words and already with some suggestions about it, 9 or 10 themes, action, dreams, suggested dreams, ideas, which came out of the second stage of the program.
Wow.
This is only text, of course, and you should hear them talking about it passionately.
But if we're here, how do we go from here to reality?
Okay, thank you. Stage 3.
Okay.
What happened then? All people chose again for what is the idea I'd like to work on with a group of people. Okay. So new groups existed. And they started to develop a sort of a pitch, a presentation about what could be a practical step, a first step to make this dream come true. This is the design stage. It's more preparing a project, and they gave it back to the community and the owners of the community Seeds to Meet so that we can think something about it and reflect on it. It's still co-creating. If you imagine that all those ideas have arisen from discovering stories from 50 stories of 50 people, then you know that there's no idea which is owned by one person.
Okay, this all sounds very great, and I see discover, dream, design, and I see destiny, but I don't know what you mean by that. My question now is, where do you go from here?
Where do we go from here? What an Appreciative Inquiry Summit should do, and hopefully does, is that ideas are thus powerful that they are already owned by the people in the room. So what they want, these people, is to work on with these ideas. That's the stage we call destiny.
Okay.
The realization of ideas. What we have to do as a supporting organization around the Seeds to Meet is make it possible to communicate about the groups of people who are working on this and to find out whether there are new people willing to co-work with these groups. But this is what is happening. My guess is, and it was already suggested, somebody called 28th of May is the next date that we are seeing each other again here. Maybe some more people, and we are going to check which one of the ideas already has become into a result. This is what's happening.
So you did a lot of things this afternoon, and we have a lot of people watching this now or maybe later. What is your question to them? Can you ask them a question to participate or to join in, or what do you want from them?
My question or my suggestion to people would be the appreciative inquiry question would be, what is the most appealing to you when you hear this story? The generative question is, what could you do when you hear this story? And maybe the learning question is, what do I know of appreciative inquiry? And just look it up in Google, I guess.
Okay, thank you so much. So here's to you. Join, participate, and act on it.
Act on it. Collaboration is the same word as co-creation.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.